What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. On this episode of PSF Garage, we're going to update the steering on the WJ. I'm going to show you where the evap canister was relocated above the tank. We're going to get a receiver hitch installed, so we've got something back on the WJ just in time to hit the road to King of the Hammers. Stay tuned. I appreciate you. All right, so today we're gonna tackle the rest of this steering. We need to get that all set up, and this box came from Artec today. That's got all the parts we need in it. We also got some goodie boxes that weigh 90 pounds and 70 pounds from Yukon. We are also going to get this hitch installed. Again, big shout out to Zach, fellow WJ owner. He dropped this off the other night, and super pumped to get it on. It's nothing crazy fancy, but it's a lot better than the one that I had, and it's crazy amounts lighter than the other one as well. I will show you kind of a comparison, and then we'll get you in here, and I will actually show you where the evap canister has been relocated to under here. Also something that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, easy to do yourself. I can't find any other relocation point for it, so if you know of one, or you can think of one, let me know. Comment down below. But let's get going. All right, so I don't have a ton of time. I am busting my butt to get all this stuff done, but I wanted to take a minute to explain to you what I'm doing with these links, or so you should say the drag link and the tie rod. These are the original ones, clearly, with all the rust and dirt on them. And so what we did is I took the time to figure out the length of the current ones. I also looked at where my tires were actually sitting, so I can adjust those properly, so I can keep an alignment as close as possible. And then what we did is measuring the link ends. These are the new rod ends. They are offset, as you can see. One of them is not. That one will go up to the pitman arm. The rest of them are offset to add clearance. Each of these has a thread length of 3 inches, although I forgot to mention measure the smaller one. That is actually only 2 inches. Not a big deal with the way that we have it set up, but I should have measured it first. Either way, what we did, because we used 3 inches as the thread length, I want about 1.5 inches in and 1.5 inches out, so that's 3 inches, plus, oh, they're right on them, plus the adapter on the end. When it's inside of the tube, which I put in to make sure that I was correct, from the bottom where it sits in the tube to the top of it is 1 inch exactly. There's obviously 2 of those on each end. So, and I wrote it upside down, but 1 inch for each of those, so that's 2 inches. 3 inches for what we want for thread length on either end, so that's 5 inches of difference. The tie rod was fine. The only issue with the tie rod is there was no adjustability either. So we want to make sure that that is adjustable from now on. So, I mean, there was very little thread length here. Same thing over here, very little thread length. So we're going to adjust that, which means we've cut down a piece that is now 47 inches in length, and the original was 52. And up here, the original was about 39.5. This is now 33.5. So that gives us the difference of what we want. I did add an extra inch for this because the inch is about what the pitman arm was off of the drag link end to move it back over to the right so that it wasn't completely maxed out. So those are our new tubes. They've been cut, they've been ground down so we can weld them. I always do this, obviously separate the 2 out. There is a right hand and a left hand thread pitch on both of those. Same thing here. You want to make sure that obviously you've got opposing adapters in the ends, and you don't end up with like 2 rights and 2 lefts on one piece of tube. You've got to have a right and a left and a right and a left, and make sure that that all works. So the other thing I noticed, I took this off. This is the clamp that holds on the steering stabilizer. One of the deals with that is that the hole at the end of the steering stabilizer, I wanted to flip it around so that the shaft was actually out on the tie rod instead of up near the axle, and then the bigger portion where the shaft goes in is up towards the axle and the differential rather than being directly under the drag link. I figured there was a reason I did that, but the reason I did that is because the bolt hole size is different at each end. So I'll show you here real quick. This is the bolt that goes into that end and then into the bracket that I have up here near the differential. So that's a bigger bolt than what is down here at this end, and it's a fair size bigger, and I really don't want much slop in there. Don't really think that's an issue anyways. With doing the offset rod ends, I think that's going to help anyways. It's probably going to eliminate that issue, and it'll probably pitch it back. It wasn't much anyways, and it was rarely hitting just because of where I have it located. I think it's one of the last videos when I hit it really hard and it bounced up towards the drag link. Maybe it hit then, but even then it was barely rubbing and it didn't dent it or anything like that. So not a big deal. So let's get these tacked in place. I'm probably going to test fit them, although I'm pretty confident in everything. I may just final weld them. I'm on a very limited time schedule today, so we're going to make this happen. And then I got to get a couple other things done with the evap canister in the back, and we should be good to go. Let's keep moving.
Motherfucker, I've been mortified, 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, my nigga doing dope lines. Don't run into the cops, that's a big exercise. Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like legato. Get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now it sounding like vibrato. Why you eat bread with avocado? We be trying to dodge shells before it landing our tomato. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo. I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was potholes. America ain't dreaming, it been scheming when the birth of a nation came from black. We all know it's black genius. Everybody love the culture, they be black by convenience.
Hold on, my killer.
All right, so we're gonna say that's a wrap on the front end. Everything's bolted back in place. I have moved the steering stabilizer around a little bit. Gonna have to see how that goes once I turn the wheel here, but I think everything's in place where it's gonna be. I don't love what went on with the thread, so for some reason I was thinking the higher misalignment spacers would push the head out a little farther, and if anything I would be a little too long. I'm definitely a little too short. I don't like that. I think probably 2 of the 3 inches is outside of the tube and only about 1 inch is on the inside. So yeah, I don't love that, and it's probably something I'm going to redo yet again. I guess this just kind of gives me a starting point. I'll have to get, well, I've already ordered stuff, so I'll have to get 2 more end adapters and some more tube, and we'll try again. But this is going to have to work for now, and it's going to hang in there. I may bring some extra stuff with me just in case, but I think we're good to go on that, so move on to other stuff.
Sounding like a real anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think I answer. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick. Let the bitch is my bitch with a kiss on my lips, like, oh, I am not a pimp with a limp, I'm a man with a gift.
All right, so that is a wrap on part 2 of KOH Prep. We've got everything we need to leave to KOH. Obviously, not racing this thing, but gonna have a lot of fun down there. Really looking forward to it. Didn't get everything done I needed to do today, but a couple of those things are work things, and I can only do so much. Got everything else done. I mean, things happen. So, not overly thrilled with how the rod ends came out. Probably gonna redo that, but they'll be just fine for what we need for right now. I didn't have a chance to show you the evap system. It's really not that big of a deal. It's connected. It's sitting right up inside of here, underneath the floor, pinched between the tank, and I have it fastened in there with the straps from the gas tank. They're not fastened under the straps, they're just fastened to the straps. And then, thanks to Zach again, we've got this nice hitch that, man, it weighs a heck of a lot less than the old one did, and it is tucked a lot farther up there, so pretty pumped on that. Last but not least, I think I may have shown this the other day, I'm not positive. It took me a little while to get it done, but this area down here, this has all been cut out, so there's a lot more clearance there. Same thing right here, we've clearanced that. And then on this side, where it was rubbing this arm in the past, all of that frame has been cut out, and you can kind of see where it's gone, so that should help with clearance. All right, so everything's done. We're ready to roll. We hit the road tomorrow. It's a lot. I did a lot today. It's 4 o'clock. I still have to go get another truck, bring it back here, and then I have to fill that thing with water and flush it all out because there's still antifreeze in all of it. But that's a wrap for now. The next time I see you, hopefully I will see you down in Johnson Valley. If you guys are there, be sure to hit me up, message me, DM me, let me know you're around. I'd love to do some walk-arounds of rigs, and I'm probably gonna find you if you're out there anyways. I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.